Hello. I am so excited. David and Sekin are back from their worldwide trip, and we're going to hear about his experiences in these 6 miles. That must be David now. David.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome back to Florida.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm great. Have you caught up on your rest?
Trying to.
Trying to. I know that's an adventure. Well, pardon me. I'm just getting a little bit organized here and getting us some water. And I just can't wait to hear all about your experiences. You know, we started, how many weeks ago was it? Almost 2 months ago in Willimantic when we kicked off.
What did I see? July 3rd?
July 4th was the actual race,
Yes.
but yeah.
In Connecticut. So you were there
Yeah.
for the first event.
Yes. And I remember us having a conversation about where you were at that point and how this was really going to be a journey of
Faith.
faith. And faith in what? Talk to me about that.
Well, I just had, when you have something big that you're trying to do in your life and it can be overwhelming. Cheers.
Cheers.
Again, I was talking about how you need faith in, I think, God for me to give God everything that you feel uncomfortable about and unsure about, and just say, have faith and that He'll take care of those things and go off and do what you got to do.
So was your experience over these 6 continents in less than 30 minutes in 6 races, was your faith tested? What did you learn about your faith and how did that evolve over the time?
I think it was tested every place we went,
Really?
actually, because there were so many things that could have gone wrong, from injury to missing flights to having troubles with sickness or illness in certain places. And we have stories that they put up on our blog where we were not the most comfortable in certain places. And that does affect your training and things.
Yes.
And I knew I'd kind of be up and down performance-wise like a yo-yo, because some makes you feel good, some makes you
And
not
were
feel good.
you?
Yeah, I think
Were you a bit?
I think I was up and down a little bit with conditions or things
Okay.
from every country, whether you run an elevation or you didn't really train that well this week, and this week I knew I trained well and you felt good. So when you go to all these different societies, I think you really feel sometimes the food is not as well as you wanted. This one was good. So you go up and down.
Go up and down.
And the more that I traveled and I got through certain experiences, the more I believed that it turned into from a tour of faith to a tour of trust. And when you have faith saying, this worked, it took care of itself, anxiety goes away and you just trust. You just trust that, well, God took care of this before, He's going to take care of this again.
So on a human level, your experience is I have less anxiety,
Yeah.
so I have more what? What replaces the anxiety? Is it energy?
I think
Is it
it's energy.
openness? What is it?
But actually, sometimes anxiety, when you don't really trust someone, when you have trust, you really believe. I think that belief that this is gonna go, this is gonna take place. And so when you have that, I think it gives you a lot more confidence.
Yes.
It gives you a lot more, I think a lot more openness to changes that could happen. So that's gonna take care of itself. I think you get so confidence, openness, and I think this belief that it's all going to work out. And I think as long as you put your efforts towards what you need to get done, a lot of the things that are out of your control that you might be worried about,
Yes.
you don't even worry about anymore.
Do you believe that that kind of transition or transformation over those weeks resulted in your sustainable performance? That accomplishing the results, if you had not gone on that process to where you really could, I would say, surrender. Would that not be true? The trust really is a state of surrender. It's a letting go of, I don't have to control it. I can't control it. I know who is in charge or who's going to control it. Does that help you actually perform? Is it translated to that?
I think so. I think surrendering is wonderful. When you can really surrender, it's so peaceful. And even if you're at times you're trying to peak perform or trying to go to a country you've never been to and you're trying to find your way around, I think the idea of peace and surrendering is great when you go there, because it allows you to really take in the whole experience.
To really be there in the moment, as we
Yeah.
say, or to be mindful. Did you have conversations about these kinds of concepts when you were, and I've been to the website, of course, and I've read everything and seen everything, and in the videos and all, which you all did an amazing job. Did you have any of those kind of moments with people?
Totally.
Exploring these concepts.
Totally. And I think as you travel around, I think people can see our energy in trying to accomplish something. And I think when you have special moments in each of the continents, we were probably 5 days in every continent, 2 days of travel, on the average is what it was. And yeah, our sleep was off. We didn't know what country we were sleeping in, but we ran into such incredible people along the way who took care of us in many of the countries. That really made this true offer to our audience, who's this over 30 athlete, to say, if they're trying to do something or achieve a peak performance or achieve something like that, what else could you tell them as far as trust and faith that they could take to their lives?
Well, the first thing I would say is to learn how to be that way in the world. You really do need to find the individuals and surround yourself with them, or at least study them if you can't find them. Although we have found one, and David really does walk his talk with that and walk his walk with that. And it's just, it takes that commitment in the DNA to say, I am going to do my part, and I am going to access, be open to, be willing to, and put myself out there to experience whatever the fullness of my life is in this life. So that may be too out there in the blue. When you get down into the human experience day to day, it's a balance. It's being peaceful and still and questioning and being open, and then it's hearing that inspiration and it's acting on it, and it's trusting whatever the outcome is. If it's in the service of love, if it's in the service of reaching our potential, if it's in the service of peacemaking, that I would wish that we had not those if-only stories. And to your great point, when we live in fear, we are limited in our vision. We can't see what's possible, so the unknown is very scary.
Yeah. And I think the unknown is where we're going to go. Because I think we're on the verge of this society right now. There's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of things going on. We look around the world and we travel every continent except the Antarctica and say, there's a lot of unknown going on. But can we embrace it? Can we revel in it? Can we say, this is brought to my life for me to learn things that I would never have learned if this didn't otherwise? Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, and if we could do that, I think we have a very different planet.
We're doing it, so let's drink to that.
Yes.
Let's
Cheers.
toast.
Thanks.
Cheers to embracing the unknown
Thanks.
with great